November the 10th in 2022, and we are coming to you from the Crook County School District office.
But it's not November 10th. In reality, we're pretending, right?
We're pretending.
We're filming it on Wednesday. It's going out on Thursday, November 10th.
Of course, Joel
I couldn't lie.
could not pretend.
I didn't want to pretend. No, it's Wednesday. This is going out on Thursday, though. Otherwise, I'm going to get all messed up. But it's airing on November 10th.
Okay, but the important thing is we have some really good content today. We have 2 guests with us today, and both of those guests, I have some little known facts about them that I'm going to share.
We brought in the big guns today.
We did. Because it is Veterans Day on Friday, we brought in our commander, Scott Svoboda. No,
Svoboda.
Svoboda.
Got it.
It's a very unique name for a unique commander. Our commander is actually a doctor. He has a doctorate in music performance. So, and my favorite thing that I learned today was he has handled puppets.
We're not getting into puppets again, are we?
I'm not getting the puppets out, but
I've had multiple people talk to me about
I just want you to know that
recently.
Other doctors are willing to handle puppets. We have so much to be thankful for this time of year. First of all, I do want to say that it's a beautiful time in Crook County. This is the time of year to be in Crook County. November, the leaves are incredible. There's some amazing athletic events going on. Our schools are up and going, and so we're just very grateful this time of year. So I told you we have a great guest, and I told you the little known facts about him. My next guest that we're going to have, and I want to describe, is Rob Bonner.
It's a crowd favorite.
Yes. Okay, 2 things about Rob Bonner. Most importantly, he is the Oregon Division 5 Athletic Director of the Year. And he owned a...
turtle.
No, he did own a turtle, but he
Yeah.
also owned a... What is that bird that you had?
Parrot?
No. Emu!
I
Rob
know that.
Bonner owned an emu and a giant turtle. So those are some little known facts about our guest today. Yeah. Right? Okay. Joel, you got anything?
I'm just excited. I'd say, do we want to bring them on now and get into the meat of the show? Now that you know, here's a question for you.
Yes.
Do you know Rob's turtle's name?
I don't think that's important anymore.
Fred. Right?
Fred.
You know, a little fun fact for you.
Yeah. I don't even know where Fred came from. I think Rob rescued Fred from beside the road.
I think, wasn't it a class pet that lived for like 40 years or something like that?
Anyway, there's a lot of
Let's
great
bring 'em
things
up.
that our administrators and our people bring to the work. So we love to share the people side of things with you. I think one of the best things about Crook County School District is that every individual in this whole system, whether it's a student, a staff member, a administrator, everyone contributes to the excellence of this district. And it's a true system that has intricate interconnections, and it's pretty amazing.
It reminds me kind of one of our big 5 initiatives is FACES, and it's FACES for students, that every kid is known by face and name and what they're into, what their strengths are, how they need to be supported. And also staff. I think we're the perfect size where we can know every staff, we can know what's going on with their family and what's going well, what we can support them with. And I think that's one of the biggest perks of being in Prineville and in Crook County.
It's a great size.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are going to just move forward and invite our first guest in. And this is Dr. Svoboda.
Dr. Svoboda.
Dr. Commander Svoboda.
You can have my chair.
All right.
Okay.
Dr. Hoff got us all lined up about how to sit when people get in here. So welcome. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, because you have a really interesting and intriguing background.
Wow, a little bit about myself. So I spent a lot of time in the military. That's a requirement for the job I'm currently in. Have to be retired. So that's a full career before my second career.
So this is a second career.
It is a second career.
And in the military, what was your role?
Well, I started as a ship driver, surface warfare officer on board the USS John Hancock. It's a Springs-class destroyer. We don't have those anymore.
Got it. Got it.
That dates me.
That's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, actually, we have one in the fleet, but it's used as a remote test platform. So yes, and then I taught. Actually, I served for 4 years. Then I went back and got my master's, and then I went to go teach music, K-12 for 3 years, and then a year at the college level before pursuing my doctorate.
That's amazing. So I just think that if people knew the quality of educators we have in this district, it would just blow them away. So we were super excited when you applied here. And how long you been here now?
4 years.
4 years. Yeah. So we're the program has grown.
It has.
I know when you first came, our numbers were dwindling a little bit, but you've really cultivated a great program, and there's a lot of interest among kids.
We're having a great time. We have a new instructor on board, generating lots of energy, positive energy.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
So what are your numbers right now?
Now we're sitting about 80.
So we have 80 students who are members in our NJROTC program. That's pretty incredible.
Very cool.
Okay, Dr. Hoff, you were going to say
I've got a
something.
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Your favorite thing about being NJRT instructor at Crook County High School?
The students. That's pretty simple.
Do you have any stories?
No,
Any good stories for us?
Stories. We have a good time together. I enjoy the relationships that have built up over these years.
I love walking in that back hallway there where you guys are and just seeing just everywhere you look, there's something excellent you guys are doing. One day I was back there and there was a little barbecuing of hamburgers going on out back, and then
Try to mix it up a little bit.
kids were shoveling in. Those are the kind of things that really make it cool, though. I mean, kids connect to that kind of thing. So.
And I don't know who watches our Fireside chats anymore, but any community member, if you see our ROTC, NJRTC kids, they are out in the community, it seems like every weekend doing something, helping with parking at the fair, cleanups. I think they do the lights sometimes. They set up lights or take down lights.
Yes.
So if you ever see any of our NJRTC students out in the community, please give them a big thank you. They go above and beyond to be a part of your program, and they do a lot in Crook County. So
Citizenship development, leadership development. Those are the two areas that we focus in.
That's very good. What great life skills. So, Commander, what's important for us to know today? You have some things going on.
There's a concert tonight.
Which would be
the Veterans Concert.
Remember, he
Which
could
is
pretend.
Thursday.
Which
We
is
found someone
Thursday.
who-
the conference is tonight, being Thursday, November 10th.
Correct.
That's going to be
Thursday, November 10th, in the high school auditorium.
What time?
7 p.m. That's 1900 for any
For all our
veterans who speak that language.
7 o'clock, November 10th, CCHS auditorium. How much does that cost me to get in?
$0. It is free
That's
to the public.
It is a great time to honor the veterans, though. I know during that concert, there was a chance to say thank you. And
Absolutely. Unlike Memorial Day, Armed Forces Day, this is a day that we set aside to honor and celebrate all those who have served, which last census they figured was around 16.5 million people in America.
that's amazing.
We're so grateful for, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but even the Crook County School District, I think we have over 10 to 15 veterans serving in various roles in our district. And we are so grateful for our veterans in our school district, as well as our veterans in the community and in the country and all they've done for us. So including you. So thank you for your service and all you've done.
So we probably should give you a chance to speak. We're dominating.
That's
So,
okay.
all right.
So this concert is being put on by the band, the choir, drama, and NJROTC. The band, under the direction of Jacob Schuler. Let me look at my notes, because I have some notes. They'll be performing America the Beautiful, Patriotic, yes. And a Sousa medley. And I don't know how many people know, but Sousa himself was in the service. He was a Marine.
Wow.
And in fact, he composed the official march of the Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis, always faithful.
Yeah.
It's the one, dun, 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 dun.
That's
Does
cool.
that sound familiar?
Yeah. I could name that too.
It's a very famous march, which is why they're doing a medley, because Sousa's got all the famous ones.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
So that's the band.
Okay.
Okay, the choir is so every year they like to mix things up. The choir will be leading with the national anthem.
Very nice.
They'll be doing a service medley.
Very nice.
So all of the NJRTC will be participating with that, with the flags. And so community members who have served can stand at the appropriate time of their song. Hopefully they know their song. Most people do.
Yes.
It's a thing they do. And the choir is directed by Kayla Smetana.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's doing an awesome job with those students. They're doing the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh, that's cool.
The Battle Hymn of the
Yeah.
Republic.
Which, if you've heard it sung, isn't necessarily veteran aimed, but World War II Airborne Division actually wrote some additional verses,
No way.
and they're going to weave those in.
Mine eyes have seen the glory
Yes.
of the coming.
Yes. I actually have a taste for you.
Ooh.
The days he lived and laughed and loved kept running through his mind. He thought about the girl back home, the one he'd left behind. He thought about the medicals and wondered what they'd find. He ain't gonna jump no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Sorry, did I just say that?
That's
It's
all
in
right.
the song though,
I didn't
right?
get
Song.
bleeped. I'm not getting bleeped, okay?
No.
That's in the
It's
song.
in the song. It's a patriotic song.
It is a patriotic song
Yeah.
from the war.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
And they're doing a choral version of the tune Taps, which I'm
Oh,
sure you're
yeah.
familiar, usually played by a
Yeah.
bugler off in the distance.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
This is the Veterans Day concert and performance is a really cool Crook County tradition,
It is.
and I'd encourage any community member or parent who's never been to really check it out. It's
And it's
a
free.
fun thing, and it's free.
And support the kids. I mean, being there really supports the kids.
It's every year that I've attended, it's been a full crowd.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah, it's packed. It's a
Very
big deal.
And then drama, Nathaniel Dunaway.
Love Nathaniel, good guy.
Absolutely. He will be doing all the stuff that you don't see to
Yeah.
make things run
The lights and the
flawlessly,
audio.
right? And he said a couple of his students will be emceeing as well.
Nice.
So
Oh,
very
that's
neat.
really good.
It's cool that each performing arts, department division is able to participate in this in some
It
way,
truly
shape, or
is.
form. Very cool.
And then NJRTC.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And it happens this way every year because we host the concert the night before Veterans Day. But that date is the Marine Corps birthday.
Oh,
So there will be a special nod to the Marines because it is their birthday.
Do you know what year?
247th
Wow.
birthday.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yes. So
You've got deep knowledge about all this.
I lived most of my career.
Yeah.
in this.
I'd expect nothing less out of you.
Right on. Okay.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Man, it's good having you here.
Well, thank you for asking.
Very
It's great
good.
to be here with you.
And in the bigger picture, it's great having you leading NJRTC.
Well, thank you.
Great program for kids. We love that program.
Yeah.
And does a lot of good for students.
Do you want to talk about your you just had an inspection, right?
We did.
I think it'd be fun to just tell people what the students do for that because it's impressive.
Thank you. No, we held it last week, in fact.
Yeah.
And it's called the Area Manager Inspection. And every other year he comes to visit us. This year he did it remotely. So we had a guest inspector, my predecessor actually,
Oh,
Commander Russ Robinson.
very cool.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Yes. In the military, we try not to step on each other's toes. It's
Yeah.
a thing.
Uh-huh.
So none of the students who participated in this actually had him as a teacher.
Nice.
So now's the time when he gets to
Yeah.
come back and be that mentor
Yeah.
and that other presence, which he, at least I got the impression that he thoroughly enjoyed.
Yes,
Yes. So
very much so.
Like
He's a
Commander.
great guy. Yeah.
Okay.
so it's an annual thing, and it's an opportunity for the cadets to show what they've learned, and marching, drilling, all
It's
of
pretty
that.
intense, really.
It is pretty intense.
Yeah.
And each student has their moment face to face
Yeah.
with an inspector, and they just have to be able to recall and
Yeah.
answer and maintain that
Yeah.
military composure and all that. So,
And your
Amazing.
cadets, I got to watch it. Your cadets did so awesome. And was it
well, thank you.
Palmer Smith? He's
He's the company
the
commander.
company commander. Very cool to see what, just the discipline and the hard work and the, attention to detail that they learn through, how to dress right is really valuable stuff. So such a great program for kids.
Yeah, I think it's fun to watch. They tend to
Mhm.
carry themselves a little taller,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's neat.
And I suppose it probably has some impact on them even after it's over. They're like, this is a special thing.
It was exactly.
That's cool.
Although they were very relieved.
Yeah. Like any
It's got a
inspection,
little
right?
pressure. It's good
Yeah.
for you.
All right. Any other messages for Cook County community and
To the
district?
community, thank you for your generous, faithful support of my students, my cadets, and the program. Thank you for inviting us to come participate in the many events that happen throughout town.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
Very nicely said. Thank you, community.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you. Guest number 2.
Yes.
What do you think?
Right?
Whose turtle's name was?
Wasn't it Fred?
It was Fred.
Athletic Director of the Year.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
It's a big deal.
It's an honor, yes.
It is. It's a really big deal.
Hello, everybody.
And you
Good
deserve
morning.
it. Very much
Thank you.
deserved. I know people in our school district they spend many hours working and serving kids, but no one tops Rob Bonner in the amount of time spent. Rob Bonner could call me any time of the weekend, the evening, the morning. Rob is always on duty. So
No, I'm
Rob,
lucky to be able
thanks
to do
for all
it.
that.
No,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure. I love it.
Rob, you've got some good outcomes for us.
Yes. So we're just looking at fall OSAA fall sports, and what a fall it was. This is my 10th year, and I haven't had a fall like this in the last 10 years.
that's
So
cool.
it was very, very amazing. It's a credit to the families, the athletes, the coaches, everybody in the district. We had 236 athletes. That doesn't count our participants in club and other programs. That's just athletes. And 236 is one of the largest numbers that I've had since I've been here. With those 236 athletes, that's 6 teams, 2 cross-country teams, football, volleyball, and 2 soccer teams. Out of those 6 teams, 4 of them were in the academic all-state top 10,
That's amazing.
which we're always very, very proud of. Cross-country ranked, or girls cross-country ranked 6th. Football placed 4th in academic all-state. Girls soccer placed 6th, and volleyball placed 9th. So very, very proud of the academic achievements of our teams.
How do they calculate that? What does that mean? Like, do they?
That looks at the varsity teams of all those sports. So OSAA sends out the form, and we write down our varsity lineup and the GPAs of those. Debbie Proctor is
Awesome.
the boss. She's
Yeah.
she's the reason that we're accomplishing these things.
Yeah.
But she compiles all of that data.
So they take the kids' GPAs, sort them, and then we're in the top 10 in the state.
Yes. Yeah.
4
4 out of
teams?
6. 4 out of 6 teams. And
That's
then
great.
spring of last year was the same, and so was winter and
Yeah.
fall of last year. We've been in the academic all-state top 10 in most sports for the last few years.
Well, I love that it coincides with, you always talk about student athlete, not just athlete. These
Yeah.
kids aren't not showing up to class. No. You
No.
take care of both sides. You're a student first, and then you're an athlete. So it's cool to see that our students are able to do that.
That's a fact. We want to be a competition town, right? And that's compete in everything, and that's academics, athletics, you name it. We want.
Competition town.
That's what we
Yeah.
want to be.
That's
here.
right.
Let's
And
in
we are.
everything.
We are.
Yeah, and in order to compete and win, you have to take care of all of that foundational stuff. and we're doing those things. So the academic all-state, 4 out of 6 teams. We had 4 out of 6 teams qualify for postseason, which is
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Boys and girls cross country, volleyball, and football all made it to the
Very
to the
good.
playoffs. So very, very proud of that. And boys and girls soccer is coming. Everybody, you pay attention in the future to what those people are doing, because it's coming.
I think about
That's
half
great.
of our town is at the soccer fields in the fall on Saturday. There are so many kids
The
in youth
commitment
soccer.
there is amazing.
Yeah.
From littles all the way up through high
Johnny
school.
Okers built that program, collaborating with Parks and Rec, and man, that soccer is on the move. in
Yes,
Prattville.
and the coaches that are there now and the parents and the players are very, very dedicated to that
Cool.
sport. So that's coming. So
Yeah.
stand by for that. And then finally, out of the 4 out of 6 that qualified for postseason, we brought home 3 out of 6 state trophies. So
That's
to have
crazy.
50% of our sports teams in the fall trophy at the state level.
Trophy means you're in the top 5,
It
or
depends on the sport, but in this case, we were third, and fourth.
wow.
Mhm. Both boys and girls cross country took third. What a day that was to watch those events and watch those kids come across and placed. Both took the third place trophy, and then our girls volleyball took fourth. And to hear that fourth, it doesn't kind of give credit to the state tournament that they had.
Wow.
They took number 1 Marshfield to 5 sets. No one else took a set off of Marshfield, let alone 2. So
Now wait a minute, Mr. Bonner.
Yeah.
I thought I saw another trophy come home with that girls volleyball team.
I haven't got there yet.
All right, I'm ready
Okay.
to hear that announcement.
Thank you for that segue. Not only did they bring home the 4th place trophy, but they also brought home the sportsmanship award again.
So great.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
That, as an athletic director, oftentimes you bite your lip and you kind of wonder what your crowd's going to be like, right? And we have a problem with officials, and because no one wants to officiate anymore because crowds are so hard on them. But our crowd and our people at Crook County are classy.
That's great.
They're respectful. They're passionate, right? So yeah, they get passionate, and I love that.
Yeah.
But they have a human side of things, and we brought home that trophy because our crowd is awesome.
So cool.
Like the girls' crowd last year at the state tournament, girls basketball,
right?
unbelievable.
Sport,
Mhm.
academic, top 10,
Mhm.
4th place finish, and sportsmanship trophy. I mean, it's like
Tough, smart, and classy.
that's
There you
Those are
go.
3 good things. So that's our fall in a nutshell. And we haven't talked about cheer yet. Cheer, they've had one competition, but their competition team mostly goes in the winter with dance.
awesome.
That group is coming on. We're doing amazing things with cheer. We have 2 full teams now. Be looking for some hardware there in the future.
Can't wait.
That's great.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a good report.
What else you want? I have a lot of details that I'll be giving, individual details, kids' names and things that I'll be giving to the board meeting on Monday.
Cool.
So I don't
Okay.
want to spoil it all
No,
yet.
that's great.
But there's more great things to announce. And
Tough, smart, and classy. Those
What
are
else
3
is
good
there?
adjectives.
Yes.
what
So,
else?
If you're, Crook County is obviously strong in wrestling.
Yes.
And so do wrestlers participate in other sports?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get, we'd like all of our sports to be, or all of our athletes to be 3-sport athletes, but a lot of them dedicate. Then a lot of, there was several wrestlers that are getting done with football, and they're rolling into the wrestling room now from the football field. We have a couple of volleyball players, lady wrestlers. They're in the room now after volleyball season. So the answer is yes, they cross sport very nicely as well.
And I just want to plant a seed for the community that we have to start considering gym space and somehow getting the community to provide more gym space. It is really difficult for our athletes to have a space to practice, and people are going very, very early and as late as we can play them too. So
We're-
that's going to come to this community at some point, and we really need people to figure out what they want to do to support.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. It very much is the number one issue if you have solid high school teams, it's because you have a solid youth program, right? And volleyball and wrestling have been the poster children of that for years, right? Because they've had
Yeah.
solid youth programs. Well, with that, now basketball and soccer and everybody, baseball, softball, the Parks and Rec, I mean, the things that they're doing for the community is unbelievable. Well, with the youth, the growth of the youth programs, now space is a premium. And we have young kids practicing at 8 and 9 o'clock at night on school nights, and that's not ideal. So more floor space is vital, and I think is coming hopefully in the near future.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of bonds pass around the state in this election, and there will be a time when this district has to go back out. Of course, ours did not pass last year, and so that's going to come back to the voters at some point. And we'd sure like to see our kids have some more gym space and
We'll get
some
it,
more
yeah.
space.
It's important.
Yeah. So, all right, Mr. Bonner. Thank you for being the athletic director.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for the opportunity.
Dr.
What
Hopp,
else?
anything
Winter
else?
sport. So
Yes.
finished fall. Tell me which one I'm missing. So in winter we've got boys and girls basketball, boys and girls wrestling, cheers still going on.
Yep.
Dance.
And dance, yes. We're currently looking for a dance coach. So if anyone out there would like to coach dance, please come and see me.
You know, I've seen you dance before.
Oh,
Are you-
little
have you-
known fact.
Have you put your name? You put your name in the hat for dance coach?
We would not be bringing home trophies.
Dr. Hoff is
If
treading
I-
where angels fear to trod.
Oh,
I've seen you dance before. You're a good
I'll,
dancer.
I'll dance if you grab a puppet.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's maybe
Yes.
the December
Okay.
Fireside.
You got it. You got it.
Thanks for joining us, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Good to see
Thank you.
we
Thanks, everybody.
Just appreciate you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you later.
All right.
Man, two great guests.
I know. Very good. Hey, there's one other thing that I want to be sure we mention today is that we have a brand new Mac lab at the high school, and that lab is set up for advanced graphic design and photography, and we want to be sure we take a minute today to thank our Meta friends for that $50,000 grant. And it's a fabulous lab, top of the line.
Yeah.
And I know I just saw the teacher move in there a couple weeks ago, and there's exciting things happening there.
One of the coolest things about that $50,000 donation from Meta is students at Kirk County High are working with the top of the line industry standard technology computers, so
Yeah.
that when they graduate, they can go on to a graphic design firm or go and work on the same tools they're using in high school. So they hit the ground running once they graduate. So it really gives kids, Crook County students, a leg up on the competition when they go out to the job market.
So Dr. Hoff, today, do you have any charts to share?
I have a chart. I think, Mr. Carr, you can put that up. Oh, I always want to, first of all, I always want to have a chart. It's just kind of part of my,
I always
part
want
of
to
my
have a
thing.
puppet, but sometimes
So-
I give it up.
And I think it really builds on, there's so many great things going on in the district, but I always like to highlight some of the academic success we're seeing, like Mr. Bonner touched on. And the chart I think that Jason's putting up there shows what's called our freshman on track rate. And what that means is at the end of your freshman year, students are supposed to, pass classes and earn credits. I believe 95.8% of the high school was able to earn the benchmark 6 credits after their freshman years. After their freshman year, that means those kids are on track and moving forward and progressing right where they should be to graduate here in a few years. The district incorporates a few online students and pioneer students, is at, I believe, 93, which is also a superb rate, because the state, I believe, Jason, I don't have the term, is at 85, 82. So you'll see the state of Oregon's at 82, our district's at 93, the high school's at 95.8. So what that shows is our staff, our teachers, our support staff are getting to know kids, they're supporting them when they're struggling, and we're making sure no student in Crook County falls through the cracks. So that's something we really want to celebrate.
We briefly talked about FACES at the beginning. It's one of our initiatives, which means we know every student by name, by face, by strength, and whatever the need is. Another little known fact that Dr. Hoff's dissertation was on the correlation between freshman students being on track
It's true.
and graduation rates. And I know a lot of the work that you did with the high school team, it was around that, making sure that every student was known, that we knew their strength and we knew their weakness, and we were watching every student. You can go to the high school today, in fact, and you can say, how many students are on track? How many students are off track? Which students are they? What are you doing for those students? And they will have hard, concrete answers.
Yeah.
So it's quite the system, and it's been developed in the last,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. And so we know that is one of the reasons why our kids are doing well, is because we know
Yeah.
them and we care
Yeah.
about them, and we're making sure that we're supporting them and helping them get to that graduation goal.
Yeah. Got a lot of great staff working and caring for each kid.
Do you have anything else?
No, November fireside chat.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, we have so much to be thankful for. I just always want to give a shout out because we have an amazing school board that sets a clear goal for our district. Improvement and serving students is what they require, and we are the people who actually carry that work out, boots on the ground. And you saw a couple of our awesome people today, and we always want to say thanks to Jason Carr, because he does a lot of work to coordinate all this communication, and we hope that we're giving you some information that's valuable to you. We're always open to
Got one
getting
thing.
things that you are interested in, and you can email Jason Carr if you have anything that you'd like to see on a fireside chat. And Dr. Hoff has something to end us.
That was my one thing, that if people are like, hey, we want to hear about this, or we want more information on your CTE programs, email Jason Carr. All the information's on our website, and he will get us that, and we're always looking for topics for fireside chat. So
Okay, last little known fact. How many students at the middle school are in extra after school, out of school, club, sports, whatever activities?
I could pull it up. It's well over half,
What's your
right?
guess?
327.
A little higher than that. It's closer to 350.
It's close.
So that's amazing. That feeds these programs. And also, there's a lot of research about having kids connected to activities outside of just that regular academic stream. So
Awesome.
good things happening in Cook County. And thank you, community, for supporting your schools. And we wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we'll see you back in the December fireside chat.